Hitler was in Europe, and this Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid, and those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Those Europeans and Jews wanted him to quench. One more time. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. That was Hitler. I say he was in Europe. And that Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Oh yes, Europeans and Jews condemned him to death. That was war. I said that was war. Yes, there was war between Hitler and Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And all the whole world was invited to fight. The whole world was invited to fight. Yes, the whole world was invited to fight. Because America was invited to fight. Japan was invited to fight. Russia was invited to fight. France was invited to fight. Not all that, Africa was invited to fight. Yes, Africa was invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to die. I said like obedient children, we went there to fight. Oh yes, like obedient children, we went there to quench. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. I said that was Hitler. Hitler was in Europe. And this Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Those Europeans and Jews wanted him to quench. One more time. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. That was Hitler. I say he was in Europe. And that Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Oh yes, Europeans and Jews condemned him to death. That was war. I said that was war. Yes, there was war between Hitler and Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And that was war to eradicate apartheid in Europe. And all the whole world was invited to fight. The whole world was invited to fight. Yes, the whole world was invited to fight. Because America was invited to fight. Japan was invited to fight. Russia was invited to fight. France was invited to fight. Not all that, Africa was invited to fight. Yes, Africa was invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. My father and your father were invited to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to fight. Like obedient children, we went there to die. I said like obedient children, we went there to fight. Oh yes, like obedient children, we went there to quench.
Won't know. I said good evening, folks. Liberal Public Radio, Samson Toe again this evening. I'm asking all of you, those of you that are watching this show, to please share this video, share it to as many people as possible. Share it to as many pages you can share it on as many possible. Because we want our brothers and sisters to be able to join us to have conversation tonight. It's very important. Good evening. Had a wonderful, wonderful Monday afternoon to all of you. Those of you that are home, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Please tune into Liberal Public Radio and let's have conversation again tonight. We're here to have fun. We're here to be serious. We're here to be enlightened. We're here to be educated as well. So bring it on. Come and teach us. Teach us. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Safety, safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again for this evening. Thank you for another day added to our lives. We know you will continue to do this. We say thank you. Without you, we're nowhere. Thank you for the knowledge you have given us. Thank you for everything else. Thank you for the strength. My Lord, thank you for everything. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we are here. We see because of the lights you shine on us and the light you put out there for us to see. Thank you. Our eyes are wide open, but we cannot see until your lights are turned on. And I want to thank you. You don't separate where your light goes. You don't say because of you, because of this, because of that, I'm not going to shine my light. You don't do that. You shine the light for all. Rich, poor, bad, good, black, white, the light is there. Because of your mercy, we are here. We say thank you again tonight. My Lord, as we come before you again tonight, we pray that the Republic of Liberia will be blessed. We pray that the people of the Republic of Liberia will be blessed. We pray that the President of the Republic of Liberia will be blessed. My Lord, we ask that President Baka specifically be blessed. Give him long life. Touch his hand. Wherever he goes, shine the lights on him. Because you put him there. We ask you guide his hand. Whatever door he knocks in the interest of the Liberian people, that door be open, my Lord. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We ask that the president continue to do the work of the Liberian people. And we ask that he be blessed. My Lord, we ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed as well. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. Good evening, Samson Toe. I'm done fixing my car. If you were not able to see my video, I put a video out there. It was very, very tight. You know, for some reason, I don't have the kinds of strength because before when something like problem like that happened to my car, I'm so anxious, you know, to move, to do stuff. But I don't have that energy anymore. I guess not. So, but my son is here helping me. We would the window, you know, the power window. These things are very expensive, very very expensive. You take them into the garage, they're very expensive. And you know, but I do these things for myself anyway. So I just went, got myself a radiator bar window regulator. So it regulates the window going up and down. It's a power window. So the motor is fine, but they have two wires that cross each other, and as the window go up and down, they have two bars, and on one end of the bar, I mean, actually in the middle of the bar, they have an opening where the glass sits in, and they have another one where the same glass the other side of it sitting, so it takes the glass up and down. When you press the window, the glass goes up and down because of this regulator, and they paint on that you put on it, and you have to tighten that. Now, to get to that, it's a difficult thing because you have to move a lot of parts. And the way these people are fixing these cars nowadays, they fix it specifically so people like Samson told fly by night mechanic will not touch those things. But they're not smart than me. I can do it. I can see it. I can read about it and then go through it. But the funny thing about it was you have to loosen things that have nothing to do with the glass. First, you have to take out the panel, the front panel. Then you go and then the door handle has to be removed. The way you put your key has to be removed. And there's a knot in that you have to take out. And then the latch for the door, where when you close the door, it goes in and grab that wire. You got to take all of that out and you pull it out. And of course, you got to put it back in. So I did that. But like I said, it was challenging, to be honest with you, because I thought I tried to do it the total way. They said to loosen all that. I said, hey, I don't want to loosen all that. I can just take. So I took it out, but they put it back in. They made it specifically so you don't bypass it. You have to take everything down. If you don't take everything down, you can't get it. And all day yesterday, I was fighting with it. I knew what to do, but I wanted to do the total way, fighting with it. And then today I said, I give her the total way. I will go the quick way. So I have to remove all of that. And once I took it out, it was easy to put it. I just went slide, it just slide right in there. And then you take the whole thing and shove it in and tighten and stuff like that. But the difficult part is, the glass itself, it's caved in. Okay, it's not a straight stuff. It cave, it has a little curve in it. They do that so that, because when it's straight like this, something hit it, boom, but when they have curve, it takes time for when you hit it or rock hit it, for them to just go through like that. So it's a little bit difficult for you to break that. But now that I have to put it in and I need a help, well, in the garage, they got tools that allow them to do these things easily. I don't have the tools, but I can do it. So I have my son help me to hold the glass up while I try to line up this slack at the bottom where the glass is supposed to sit. And I put it in, but you have to be very precise. Because if not, the glass will take the other side, and then when you put it on you put the window up, it won't go because it's not. So you have to be precise. Because next time I'm saying these things, I just said that when you take car to the garage and they charge you, don't cry too much. There's a lot of work, especially if you don't do it. There's a lot of work. Don't cry too much. But next time when you put your window up, there's a little slack here also that the window run up and down in it. If you're putting that window back, if you're putting that glass back, it has to sit in it tight, just like there will be when the window is up. So you have a couple of choices. And here's the thing about the regulator. In the middle of the regulator, about almost halfway of the door, they have these two holes where you're supposed to put your tools to tighten the slide. Now, if you bring that glass down, and I'm giving you all of this information because I have nothing else to talk about. I'm just talking about Tabata. So good evening, welcome. I'm giving you some little mechanical lesson. So anyhow, so when you bring that window down and you put that stuff in there, sometimes it won't work. You can leave the glass up by putting tape across so the glass will be held together by that tape. Okay, and then you wind the window stuff up with the slack going up. But the thing about it is, as the slide wind up, It goes up and down. Remember, the glass I told you is curved in. So because nothing is forcing it back in there, it goes straight out. Because of the curve want to go in tangent. They want to go straight. So they do that specifically because, like I told you, they got tools. In the garage, they got two. They put a tool on, boom, 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 they draw the window in. You don't have to do, but I have to put my hand. I can't. My hand don't fit. 3 fingers. What's the one that I'm supposed to use to bring that thing in? So right now, as we speak, my fingers are hurting still. But it was challenging. But I like it. I like it. I did it. The window is up and down. We're doing fine. Immediately after I was done fixing the stuff, they kicked me out of the garage right away. So I'm no longer in the garage. She told me to clean her garage and kick me out. So I'm out of the garage. Okay. Even though it's a two and a half. You can even say three car garage, but they kicked me out. Good evening, folks. Samson to Labrador Public Radio. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute here. So anyhow, let's go on. Let's go on. Let's go on, folks. Good evening, Samson to Labrador Public Radio. It's Monday afternoon. I played some video earlier. Dr. Malley, an educator, will come on here, and sometimes we try to get into get on the skin of certain people and say, so Dr. Malley is one of those. He's highly educated, very, very smart. And most of the time, I don't agree with his thought and his ideas, but they're quite on point. So I've been thinking lately, I said, how can I dislodge Dr. Malley when he coming on to say the point? And then they look at the liberal, then people say, well, liberal, you ain't got nothing to know. So I said, okay. I'll start calling him name. He's an educated person, truly educated. He's an educator as well. So I start calling him PhD primitive. And every time I say that, he get off his good point. But I promise myself, bring the fans for me, please. Thank you. I promise myself there's no reason for that. Dr. Malley is a good person. And you will see here very shortly he's going to open his show. He's a very, very intellectual person who I don't agree with his conservative ideas most of the time, but those are his ideas. He's entitled to it. So we're going to have to stay away from that. Look at one. Yeah, huh? I don't have your juice today. That water. Why are you yelling for? She thinks that I got her juice. I got her juice. But anyway, but this week was Dr. Malley's week because what I tried to do, and I think all of us, I tried to make a turn after some time, play a video for each of us, promoting ourselves. So this was Dr. Malley's week. All right. But I just thought that I put that in there. Okay, let's go with the Tabata here. The question tonight, the question that I mean, you guys have been hearing a lot of stuff about Liberia. People are now saying that the majority black been lying to us. I don't know what that is. Oh, Bishop, what up? Long time, begin. Good evening. How you doing? How's everything else, my son? How's it going? Thanks for joining us. But anyhow, so the question that I have tonight, and I want to talk about it a little bit more. Folks, I've already shared a link if you want to join me. And those who are going to be joining me tonight, unless you're coming from Total who don't know English, then I will forgive you. But if you know the English language, Your words, your choice of words here tonight means a lot, and I will monitor that. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let me talk about this thing here. The two things I have to talk about. President Weah, I'll be. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. President Weah and the 2029. And I'll be talking about it. But the first one that I want to spend some time on tonight is many of you that are watching me tonight. Many of you that are watching me tonight. Some of you are watching other stuff through other means. Uh, I just have this question, and I think you will say, "But Mr. Toy, you're in the right, you're in a perfect position. Well, not in perfect, but you're in a good position, so to speak." I've been involved with the Liberian issue since 1981. Because I told you why I came back here. When I came back, the first time I came, you were never gonna catch me with talking about Liberian issue. The only time you see me around Liberia was to play football. And wah, it was there. So, young man, I got my car, running from here, there playing football, that's it. But they packed me in a suitcase in Oops. Bye. I was able to maneuver my way around, come back. Then when I came back, I took Liberia and Liberian issue very serious. At a very young age, involved into EULA, I was member of FOLAO, that's an organization over there in Ohio. I was member of Grand Association. I even attended NIMA Association, the NIMA organization here in the United States. I attended a couple of their programs, all Liberian conference. And the good thing about that was the person that I was stopping with, or the person who I was stopping with, he was having Dr. Marcus Dunn. Many of you know who he is. He was during the early days of PI. Marcus Dunn, Dr. Marcus Dunn was the how do you call it, PR man for PI. And he used to write a lot. So he was much more involved. So he and I we would drive to Buffalo for conferences, go to whatever, Chicago for conferences, drive to anywhere, whatever Liberian conference, I was there. I was there. I was there. But those days, we were arguing. We were arguing that our brothers and sisters at the upper level of the society or consider themselves better than us. We were arguing that Liberia belonged to all of us and that we must be given the opportunity to be able to prove ourselves, to be able to prove to be successful or to fail. Because that's our country. They shouldn't determine who failed and who's successful. And that's what Two Party was doing. So our arguments those days were these people, they have nothing to offer and they cannot come back after the coup. There's no reason why they should come back. And when the coup came, first is 1979 Rice Riot, it was the argument. Why do we have to pay you or have to carry your chamber just to go to school, public school, just to go to some of the good school that we taxpayer money help to carry out those processes? Why do we have to carry your chamber in the morning, draw water for you, just so that we'll be able to go to school? It was an argument. It was a good argument. At that time, apartheid was still happening, and the confusing part was Liberia, on one hand, was arguing against apartheid in South Africa. On the other hand, right in their own house, they were practicing apartheid, and people could not understand that. But of course, many of us did. I didn't know those things those days. I didn't care. But those were the arguments. And so when the coup came, the idea was, okay, now what? Now what? and nothing happened. No changes. In fact, it seemed like immediately when the coup, because I remember that incident one time. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's your business. There was an incident one time. Before then, they used to have the Lebanese people used to have what they call LPA, where if you're working for the government, of course, everybody worked for the government at that time. There had never been a private institution in Liberia that I know of that was viable, that people could go and get employment. None, I did none. Everybody wanted to work for the government. So they got the LPA where the Lebanese people will let you get a bear set, dress up bear, because that's what many of us those days, that's what you wanted. You have your one room, and nobody own houses. And I can't leave from Total to get a house in Monterey to do what? But many people were not thinking about owning property those days. Okay, so you own your one room, and you want a dresser and a bear. That's it. So you go to the Lebanese man store. He charges for those two items maybe about $200. And one of the biggest thing you wanted those days was record player, turntable. You remember that? You have that turntable in your house. You are the king in the apartment. You have it in your apartment. You're the king. In the morning, Sunday morning, Saturday you're blasting. Sunday evening you're blasting. You know. But the argument going back to that was, why should you treat us as though we are foreigner in Liberia? Back in 1979, it was a song. You cannot treat Liberians like a foreigners in your own country. Many of you that are watching me were not even born. Liberians were being treated like foreigners in your own country. In order for you to get LAMCO position, the LAMCO as a countryman, you got to get somebody goat or a cow. In order for you to there used to be a story that people would take LU tests and you will go to LU based on the name, and people will pass the test and they replace your name with somebody who is not qualified, but because of their name. There's a story on that. That's Liberia. So Liberia's those days, Liberia that I know, you come from the countryside to go to school. You go to GW Gissing, the school that I know now. You go to GW Gissing. From there, you go to Montana Nipple Street. From there, you go to Tubman High, LU, if you're lucky. While the other people going to St. Patrick, Kateria, CWA, those are names, brand name stuff. When you go into the school, you were somebody. You were somebody. So when the coup came, we thought those were going to change. But they replaced. The name remained the same, and they replaced the position. Those who got those positions, they are now the people who have to go to the best schools. And if you are not part of that upper ledge, even though we all now have Colini, have Tony, have Yabaroni, it doesn't matter now. But the class was still there. Liberian was still being treated as foreigner in that country. The Lebanese continue to conquer the economy of the country. Our brothers and sisters, the Mandingo, they were also working, but they were at the grassroots level and trying to inform the Liberian people how to manage your own economy. We were not paying attention to them. The brother, they're facing car too much, but they were in charge of all mini local economy. But we were not looking at it. We were not looking at it. Lebanese, they take money and take it back to Lebanon. Government contracts go to them. The coup came, coup happened. What did they change? The 10 years or so from 1980 to 1990, what did they change? What was a major change in our country that we can count on in terms of human development? When these people were in power, the country people now, they used to send their girls' friends in the United States for college. I know a few of them when I was in Ohio. Few of them were at how do you call it, Akron University. What changed? What changed? The coup came. In the 10 years, what was the serious human capacity building that we have? The role, no improvement. The building, the infrastructure, no improvement. In fact, things started going downhill. The confusion among ourselves started getting even more pronounced. They were not only fighting for jobs, but they were making sure that they brand each other as being traitor to the cause of what I don't know. That's Liberia. Then Liberian decided we're going to challenge the system. The war came. Yeah, you will say the war. People destroy. Yeah, they destroy. War finished since 2020, since 2003. You say, okay, well, we're trying to rebuild. Good. But in the rebuilding process, another group of Liberians have gotten control of the economy. Well, not the economy, have gotten control of position. The economy, the revenue, and the foreigner continue to control Liberia economy. There's no question asked. But we're always getting the crumbs off of the table of the foreigners. What has changed? We fought war for 14 years. You go on YouTube right and look at some despicable videos of how Liberians are killing each other. What have we gained? The only one thing that I can promise you, that I'm very proud of those brothers and sisters that sacrificed their life to be involved in the coup. Only one thing. Those brothers, the Bacchus Matthew, the Dr. Don, the Oscar Queer, the Dr. Amos Sawyer, Dr. Formula, and the rest of the group, even our own brother Samuel Jackson, what they did, one thing they asked for, and one thing we got out of that era: one man, one vote. One man, one vote. And because of that process of this one man, one vote, one day Liberia will enjoy that one man, one vote. Right now, we're not. We're enjoying trucking. What in the world will you truck people to go into a area that they don't live, and they will vote you in and don't care what you do to the people next? Where? Who are we? What has changed? What do we fight for? What was the reason of people dying? The system has always been there, but there are those who are smart to gauge the system and able to improve themselves by manipulating the entire stuff, the entire system, and they fix the system to benefit them and not the general population. What have we gained? What have we gained? This is Liberia, my folks. So we have Madam Salif came in Yeah, you said, well, it's a lot of potholes. I'm just using pothole, not something else. A lot of potholes. So she came and did the pothole and what have you. Okay, that's fine. She fixed some stuff. But she came in and decided. When she came in the very first time, I was very impressed. She was taking some tough stand. I was very impressed. I was very impressed. You remember one time she was being challenged? There was a demonstration, and people said, "Oh, don't go there." The people are angry. She said, "I'm going to go," and she faced them. Then there was an incident. From that point on, I knew that we were in trouble. I knew that we were in trouble. Excuse me, guys. Hold on 1 minute, please. I'll get this later. That we were in trouble. She and her people decided they had a police academy, and a lady, they put a bid out for a catering bid for a lady to do a cooking for the police academy group, for the police recruit and people like that, trainees. So the lady won the bid to cook for them. And Madame Sally and her folks changed that because her friend came from the United States. She wanted to that position. She wanted that contract, and they changed the contract and gave it to that lady. And there was nothing the lady who won the contract could have done. Nothing. Research it, you will find it. And after I read that, I said, no, this is done. This is done. And what did she do? She packed the entire government with her family members, her kids. They were everywhere. I knew then that we were going nowhere. We saw that. The blood of Liberians was still, they still have not even dried. The blood, bones were still being found. Bones of Liberians were still being found in different communities all over Liberia. President Salif decided to bring back the old way of doing things. We're not going to change. We're not going to change. Me and mine. If you want a job, if you want to improve yourself, go into government. Other than that, don't bother me. Just Mary, just listen. You will listen to my tabata, and you will know what the question tonight is: what have changed? What do we have to show for? So, have anything changed? And you will get it. Like just stay with us. Stay with us. But thank you. We welcome you. Thank you for joining. So, Madam Salim and her people. So many young Liberians that were outside of Liberia that have been grateful to God for God sparing their life, and they went outside of Liberia, some of the refugee camp, and they find no reason to go back to Liberia. Many of them started using whatever opportunity they have to migrate to the foreign land, to Europe, the United States, and all over. Because there was nothing there to go back to. You have no reason. The brain drain started. The president said he was there for 12 years. And if you look at some of the record from the World Bank, according to some of the things that I read, 22 billion, not million, 22 billion went through her hand. The curve that Tommy Bolan died on night, I believe, was 1977. That curve is still there. They have not changed anything. When you're driving, from Monrovia to Kakata, and you go certain speed, you find the yellow line that's supposed to divide the road, the yellow line between your two tires, because they didn't change the curve. Interesting thing, the car that you're driving now, it's not made for those type of road. Those roads were built back in the 50s. And so you have to improve based on new technology that is coming your way. Our people are not like that. Who are we? Where are we? Why are we not looking at those things? Madam Sally left. President Weah came in. Now, President Weah in a situation is a little bit unique. Very unique. For many of us, very unique. In that I never supported President Weah. From the beginning, I never supported President Weah. Okay, I've always supported the Liberty Party anyway. But interestingly, I've always known that from the time President Weah entered the political arena in Liberia, in the election, he's have always won. He always cheated. He always been cheated. There is no question. I will be saying it until I go to my grave. Every election, presidential election, President Weah, he will be the winner, but they were cheating. And then you go to Nigeria. So we know that one. But when he came to power, very unique, very interesting. Because President Weah, people were saying he's not educated. Why should you give him power? As though, come to think about it now. Come to think about it. You would, when you reflect back on some of the things that I was saying on my own platform, I'm wondering to myself, was that serious? What has the educated people done for us? Why were we not asking no question? What has the educated people done for us? They have the PhD. They have all the DDs. And the educational system is still in ruin in Liberia. What have they done? But the issue, the argument was President Weah was not educated. He can't help us. Okay. And some of us accepted that whatever it was, and decided to campaign on that. But President Weah, based on his popularity, we all knew he was going to win. And he won. Disappointingly. Well, not for me, because I never really supported him. So I would not say that I was disappointed. I can even crow on there and say, oh, yeah, I told you so, blah, 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 what have you. But I'm not going to do that. I want to be sincere here. I was disappointed. Because someone who has a profession, was a professional soccer football player. And it's not something to sneeze at. You can say he has PhD in soccer. You can say that. So you can't disguise that. But the position and the level he was playing, you can't be dumb to play there. You cannot be stupid to be part of that to be at the height where he was. So in order for him to be there, he was smart, disciplined, and was able to produce. Production was his hallmark. Because if he wasn't producing, how was he going to get all those goals? So when he came in, the disappointment that some of us had, why was he not? Then people say, well, football playing is different from governing. No, it is. Yeah, I agree. Football playing is different. But your mindset to govern, your mindset to produce, your mindset for the people to get you to do things that you needed to do to move stuff forward. You can bring that thing from the football field. It's a technical area. In fact, football playing is more technical than it is to be president. Because president, you got people doing stuff for you. But playing football, you're doing it yourself. So I thought President Weah was in a good position to going back to Liberia to make his enemy then shame. But it didn't happen. He was not paying attention to his players. He was not paying attention to people who supposed to bring the ball to him. He was not paying attention. And so he failed. Not because he is unable to produce, but he failed because he did not insist like he used to insist when he was playing. That people do their own, take care of their responsibility on the field. You saw President Weah when he was coaching Lone Star, arguing with people. Do you have this is your position? You have to play it. You have to produce. You have to be responsible in the field. We didn't put you here for you to come and yak around. Why was he not doing that same thing when he was president? Why was he not telling these people that you are put in this position to do a specific thing? Why was he not? He decided to lay back. All kinds of news were coming out. And he failed. Not because he wasn't able to lead. He failed because he didn't pay attention to those who were around him. So what do we get out of that 6 years? Nothing but massive, massive corruption. Same corruption business in 1980. They put 13 of our brothers and sisters on the pole. Not foreigner, but 13 of our brothers and sisters. They put them on the pole for corruption. President Weah came in and that same type of behavior came in. We didn't get anything. What did we get? What did we get? When you go into the southeast, you have to go through Ivory Coast to go to the southeast. What do we get? And it's not like we're not getting money from our partners. So President Weah was defeated massively. We sat here on this platform, campaign for President Waka, Ambassador Waka. He's here going to lead us. He will take us to this area. He will take us to that area. And I can assure you, and I can tell you that he's doing his best. But what is happening? The level of corrupt behavior that has permeated into this government. The level of corruption that are now creeping, well, not creeping, but it's already crept its way through this thing. It's inside already. It is unmanageable. So many of the people that were eating leavened bread a few years ago are now becoming millionaires. We just replaced John Brown to Peter Paul. We just replaced Peter Paul to John Brown, bringing back the same people, the same thing. Nothing has changed. And here's a sad thing here. The leaders themselves, including President Waka, I believe, have yet to really utilize the services of the Liberian diaspora. I'll go back to that again. Because in order for you to survive in this foreign land, you have to produce. You can't be Nyakambo in a place and live. No. You can't be here and say, I've got a fund, so when you will take care of me. That lie. You can't stay here and say, I can't do anything, or that women will take care of me and put your head on. That lie. You will suffer. We have the ability to produce. Today, holiday, but tomorrow, many of us will be out working for the agency, for the private industry that we're working for. As we speak, some Liberians are working right now, working hard. But what do they do back home? Even though in Liberia, somebody is making $240 some more $1,000 a year. For what? For what? For what? People, the country, a lot of the community in Liberia lacking hospital, lacking clinic. Somebody is making that kind of money. They're talking about people buying $35,000 car for themselves every 2-3 years. For what? For what? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Is it because we don't go back to revisit our history? Is it because for us history is nothing, means nothing to us? Is that what it is? Is it because something happened so we doesn't forget it, let's move on? My brothers and sisters, I submit to you again tonight. Liberia will dance again. Because here's the thing, if anybody, you don't have to predict violence, and I'm not predicting violence. Oh, like, bro, not fighting. I'm not predicting violence. I pray that it don't come to pass. But how long can Liberians sit that these things continue to happen? People who and you yesterday were eating leavened bread out of a sudden because they were able to align themselves with a political party, they win the party, something like they're winning lottery, public money, and out of a sudden that person becomes millionaire. And for you, you're nothing. But you know how he's getting the money. We got to think. We got to think. Because this is not the way things supposed to be. You cannot govern like this. People President Waka will bring on board every day. Every day. Corruption. Charges of corruption. Charges of corruption. Oh, the person did this. Oh, the group is doing this. This, why? Why? But here's the thing here. Tonight, I will put it right squarely on President Waka. Because the father of the nation, he's not blind. This is what you get if you decide that your government is going to be of a family government. This is what you get, and this is not unique to President Waka, by the way. This is what you get if you decide that the government is going to be a friend and family government. Because those who cannot produce and those who are unable to produce will be the one that will come forward. They will send their enter to you. Who is your family friend? They will send them to you. They can't produce. And those who are able to produce because they have no inside track, they can't enter. And yes, the funny thing here, those who are unable to produce because they make their way over there, they're able to save some money, now they have a platform to sit on because they got money now. So they bribe their way throughout for people to speak for them. Yes, the funny thing here, though. Yes, the funny thing here. And it's very sad. Those that are lining up every morning, lining up to meet representative, lining up to meet senator for your children's school fee. Those children's school fee you begging for today. Those same children, 10, 15 years from now, will go to the children of these people you begging. They will go and beg them again for their school fee. You think how long before Liberians decide, you know what, it's enough. Let's try it all. Let's start all over. Liberians are not a beggar. Liberians don't like to beg. But because of circumstances. A policeman will stay in his son whole day. What does he make? What does he take home a month, if at all? But we want them to die for us. If the crime is happening in our community, we want the police to come in. How much you're paying them? But you got somebody who is under their blanket at night, don't even step out. They're making $15,000, $16,000 a month. And those who put their lives on the line every night, every day, they're making hundreds and some more dollars. What kinds of equality is that in the country? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? And when Liberians say we want to take to the street, the same people you pay 20, 30, 40, $200, then you want them to protect you. Are we back into the two-week party days and pretending that it's not existing? Don't fool yourself. Two-week party is live and well. Don't let them fool you. They call it Unity Party, they call it CDC, whatever party they call it, CDC, two-week party. And these are the same two parties. Every time you open your newspaper, CDC, Unity Party, CDC, and there's nothing between the two parties. Unity Party, 12 years, CDC, 6 years, Unity Party, another 6 years coming. So what is that? We're going what? 24? In 24 years, we can't even have a road, complete good road that you can drive 20, 25, 30, 40, 65, 70 miles an hour on from Monrovia all the way to Harper. You don't have that in 24 years. In 24 years, who are we? We got diamond comes out of Liberia. We got gold comes out of Liberia. We got iron ore comes out of Liberia. We got rubber come out of Liberia. We got timber come out of Liberia. A lot of mineral resources come out of. What do we have? Then our president, they go out and beg for some more money. When the money comes, they increase the budget of speaker. When the money comes, they are not increasing the budget of Phoebe. They are not increasing the budget of JFK. They are not increasing the budget of Tubman Hospital in Zadru. They are increasing the budget of the speaker. Who are we? You know, those of us that have seen a lot will continue to preach. These things don't end well. I gave you this incident. You guys know who I am. My name is Samson too. And my little brother said was member of PRC, so you know who I am. But there was an incident one time. We went home after the coup, went to Toll Town, and there was a discussion. Oh, Samson, you got to go to America. I said, I want to go to America. All the yo-yo, why you want to drive me away? Everybody, because after the coup, all the PRC members, then they were just driving car all over Monroe, enjoying themselves. I was the only one that was being restricted because my brother refused for me to drive any car. He threw me in jail. I told you before, he threw me in jail. Me and one other guy in Minnesota, and I don't want to call him, he threw us in jail because I was driving his car. He didn't give me the order to drive a government car. And I spent whole day from 9 to 9 in jail. When my mom found out, my mom said, where your brother? He said, oh, the man went walk about. So my little brother now, he ain't told time, but you'll be back. He told my mom, oh, they locked Samson off. So my mom started crying. That's the only reason why he got me out. But the question was, I should leave. So I said, no, I don't want to leave. I want to enjoy myself. So my uncle came to me. He's dead now. He said, look, Samson. I said, yeah. He said, when you leave now, you will be like the stick that we're planting. You see, he said, you see your brother? I said, yeah. He said, you see all the PRC men? I said, yeah. This was 1980. He said, they're all going to be dead. You think, he said this, he said, you think the people, their relatives, those people that they kill at the beach, you think what their relatives then doing? You think they're going to be happy? They will come back and then try to bring war. You better find your way out of here so you will be the stake for tomorrow. Because your brother and all these people you look at, they will all be dead. And then I thought, man, ain't no way. I said, okay, I hear you. I will go. I didn't want to travel. Here we are. Because of that particular statement, I'm here as a stake. I brought all of my mom were here, my pa were here, my brothers and sisters. I have only one sister left in Liberia because she said she don't want to travel. But all the relatives who wanted to travel was going to be travel. These are kinds of stuff we see saying. How many of us can do those things? So all my brothers and sisters didn't wait for us. What they were going to do? They don't know anybody in the government. It's a country, Republic of Liberia. Why are people not seeking jobs that they are qualified for? Corruption does not serve anybody anything. We will stay inside. We will be inside. It will have to take a Liberian. You know, on this platform, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper tonight because people might not like it. On the same platform here, as Mr. So will say, we come and defend our own. Yeah, we do. But there are some that will defend the undefensible. In defense, they just come and just say stuff. But that's what we have. Right now, if I were to open a line, and anybody comes and criticize CDC, another caller will come and say, what you're saying about CDC is wrong. We are not able to sit down and have serious conversation about our country. We have conversation about individual. We have conversation about political party. So we don't have two party. Okay? We don't have that. So the political party we have, CDC, Unity Party, that's what we have so far. Where we're going, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Another issue that's going to be that creeping on us and we're not even paying attention. And they're going to come and hit us as Liberians. We say, where that one come from? That land issue in Liberia. But how are we even going to pay attention to the thing when you have these people fighting among themselves? When they are unable to come together and talk about issues to benefit us? Nothing. Nothing. Look. Yeah. So why is it that we are unable to ship cars and things to build wealth? They want us, yeah, we're going to be inside, but we'll continue to talk. We're not going to get tired. They said they want us to come home and build wealth. Okay. You want us to build wealth, so we'll get first, middle class citizen and things like that. But if you want to buy a Dwazea and send it to Liberia, by the time you get to the port, the money you pay to take out, it'll be more than what you pay for here. So what kind of car you want to get now? Because they charge you based on the age of the car, I believe. So you want to buy the real Dwazea and take it. And then when you're driving, you smoke all over Monrovia. Instead of them to say, you know what? Bring your car, but when you come in, the car you're going to take there, you're going to register it anyway. You're going to pay insurance anyway. So why are you charging me this much money just so that I'm paying for the car from here and there? Just because you got to unload the car from the ship. And I come here and drive the car, you charging me twice as much as I bought the car? Nobody's saying nothing. The people use those opportunities to enrich themselves. The money that is coming from, look at this, my people. People been shipping cars all along. They pay the money. But look at from Vattown to Freeport, look at that road. They just started fixing the road. Why is it they can't even take some of the money from the Freeport to fix the road? Who are we? Who are we? People pay money to register their car. Why are we not using that money to fix the traffic issue in Liberia? Who are we? Who are we? You pay, if you own a land, you pay to every year, you pay taxes. But yet still, there's no farm to market road coming from your farm or coming from your farm area to bring food to the market. You only take food the one you and your wife can carry on your head. And you want people to come and be, how are you going to build second-class citizens with all kinds of knowledge? How can you build a second, how can you even build a middle-class citizen with that kinds of knowledge? Okay, look at this other one now. Those of us that are here, when we come, we're automatically going to be, because if I come, I'm retired, I'm not going to retire with $2,000 or $3,000. I beg you, please. You think I spend my year all here for that kind of thing? So if I come with them, automatically I become a middle-class citizen. Well, how many of us are willing to do that? I got my children here. You think I'm going to come over there and be a middle-class citizen and say, oh, I'm middle-class? No, my children here. I come over there, we all poor. I want to get my money, I want to eat, to buy my food. Where you think I come? You think you sit down over there. They're fooling us. These people are intelligent. These people are intellectually intelligent. They're just smart. They know exactly what to do. But they're not going to do it. Because if they do it, they will have more people get involved into the Liberian economy. Then they're not going to get much. And here's some of the things. Many of these people that are in leadership position in Liberia, they have traveled. They go to Japan. They go to Israel. They go to Dubai. They go to other not African country. But they see, you think those people, they build those things then by something falling up in the sky? We got rules, laws in Liberia that if we believe in and trust in and allow for that law to function, we will be rich overnight. We will be rich overnight. The law says you cannot take property that don't belong to you. We throw that one in the trash because it don't benefit us. You buy 35,000 car, then they give you money for gas in Liberia. Then they give you money for entertainment. My people. I sent a link out long time, Walter Cutter. If you don't find it, that you're on your own tonight. What is this? This is not just one government. But if we're not careful, we might have to dance again. We might have to dance or play football, sweat, and then we'll come back for second half and try to re-strategize and see how regroup and re-strategize and see how best we can serve each other. Because let me tell you this, you're not going to keep Liberia outside. They say they're not your country anymore. You can't do that. That's your country. But corruption. We change government. Corruption. We change government. They say, and it's getting worse over and over. And then you think, say, the leadership, they're not doing anything. They're trying. For example, in President Walker's case, I believe he's doing the best he can. But why are we, what I have issue with this government, why are they not looking outside of the box? Why are they not recruiting? You see, this is what I don't understand. And when you play football, you got sub on the bench, so that when you're a star player, then when they start ringing bell, then you look on the bench. President Walker and successor, they don't have no bench, none. And that's why they can't do reshuffle. reshuffle, because they got nobody on the bench. They got zero. This is all they have. This is all they have. And so you don't have people because of their kinds of behavior. You don't have people who are anxious to go home. I know plenty of young Liberians making good money in this country, enjoying themselves. But deep inside, they're suffering. Because they like that enjoyment to be done in Monrovia, to be able to leave Monrovia and go to Grand Union County, eat palm butter, come back to Monrovia to work. What would you think Liberian would pay for that kinds of behavior? Can you imagine? You work in Monrovia, and then you go back to Grand Union to eat on a weekend on your farm, and then come back. Then somebody says, so who's stopping you now? The road you're looking at, I'm gonna roll, I'm gonna put my saying. What car would take me say now? Oh, I can ride plane, yeah. That the plane would take my kesa and things like that. When we're coming from Grand Union those days, you come in the road liner with banana, plenty, with roadkill. I call them roadkill because I don't eat bush meat anymore. Roadkill, you buy anything, right? It's still there. They're still doing that. But what car bringing you now? Why are we not able to produce? Why are we not able to produce? That's the question tonight. That's the question tonight. Folks, Samson told La Bro Pabrito, I will jump onto my second subject matter. I sent a link out already. Anybody want to join me? You're welcome. I've got tomorrow's show as well. But before that, let me go ahead and play the commercial here. Can we play the commercial?
Hitler was in Europe, and this Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid, and those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Those Europeans and Jews wanted him to quench. One more time. That was Hitler. He was in Europe. That was Hitler. I say he was in Europe. And that Hitler was practicing apartheid. Yes, Hitler was practicing apartheid. And those Europeans and Jews wanted him to die. Oh yes, Europeans and Jews condemned him to death. That was war. I said that was war. Yes.
That was war. That was war. That was war. These are some of the things that I've always liked for people to revisit their history. You know what Sonny Kuzu they call him? What he was saying that for apartheid during World War II, you guys ice African, European ice African because they wanted Hitler out. He said we die to get Hitler out. Now we're asking you to help us to get rid of apartheid. It's a problem now. It's the same thing here for the election. Look at Emmanuel. What Emmanuel saying here? Let me put Emmanuel's statement up. He says, "Thank you so much for the information. I am Emmanuel Sebe, a businessman from Liberia. I just released a container from the free port of Monrovia with the total storage of 23 USF for 3 weeks for both AP terminal and storage AP terminal 1,400 USD, storage $740 US. The balance is late fee payment to the port. So why would this guy want to do business? Okay, so if he has that kinds of whatever USF, I think it has to do with the container storage capacity and what have you. But if he has this here, and he's paying that kinds of money, and if he's a bit, what would he bring? What when he carried that stuff? How much you want him to sell to be able to get his 1,400 plus the 17, 7 something? When will he be able to get back those? Not forget about how much he paid for it here. Forget about how much he paid here. Let's just strike them. When will he sell those things and be able to get back that money to say, I'm making profit, I'm going to repeat this process? You guys are killing the economy. But let me jump off after that subject matter for now. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Pop Radio. That's what we do here on LPI every night. I'm going to now go on to President Weah and CDC in 2029. Mr. Collins, thank you for joining me. Rescue number 2. Thank you for joining me. I'm done with one topic. I'm on another topic. And if you want to speak to any topic, you're welcome to it. But my second topic have to do with President Weah and CDC in 2029. So President Weah lately has been presenting himself and truthfully as presidential. He's not dancing anymore. I've not seen him dancing lately. So you're going overseas, visiting dignitary, respectfully, well-dressed, still popular as usual. Folks, I'm not running his campaign, so I'm not thinking say I CDC, I'm not CDC, I'm just being truthful. So, President Weah is completely, seriously thinking about coming back 2029. But my question now is this, and I'll be asking this series of questions tonight. President Weah coming back 2029. Will Liberian be blind of his past dealing? How is President Weah going to be able to convince Liberian to look the other way and don't look at his past record? How do we do that? How will President Weah and CDC come out and tell us that Thomas Fowler left because Thomas Fowler wanted to leave? How will President Weah and CDC come back and tell us that the issue with Sir Joseph most likely going to be leaving the second time? How will he come out with the explosive information that is coming from what's his name, Solomon George? How are they going to deal with that? Let me take a sip. How will he deal with that? And will Unity Party sit back and say, you know what, we're not even going to remind Liberians. We would like Liberian remind himself of you and the way you handled your government here for 6 years straight. How do we deal with it? Is it even feasible for President Weah based on the fact his last 6 years result? Is the result, is it even debatable that whether he did good or he did bad? Can we even debate that? Those are my questions. I'm going to be closing on those things tonight. Terry, thank you for joining me. What's on your mind, and what is it you want to jump on?
Well, you already been here for over hour now, so I don't think we can discuss anything new. But your talking point seems interesting. What can President Weah do? Is he going to come back with the same message, the shifting that going on in the party, with the behavior of this government? Is it gaining political? Is President Weah gaining political relevance? We can note all of that from the social media platforms, from whether a President Weah is attracting numbers on the basis of, you know, his engagement, the very engagement. Is what he doing really taking this front stage of what going on in the country? Certainly not. The reason is simple. President Weah simply needs to put his house in order, rebrand the party, change some major things, rebrand the party, bring in some new looks that will add credibility and integrity to the party. People that Tiawan Gonglo, people that Mr. Cummings, you need to strategize ways, create an alliance that will bring credibility to the party. Select responsible leaders that got integrity and credibility to begin to speak in the party, as a unified opposition that will be engaging this government on the issues. But right now, as it stands, people don't believe in them. People watch them, but people don't believe in them because people know that they're not serious. You see, people know they're just from power. So people listen to some of the things they say because people want to hear the news that are going on in the country. But do the people trust them to give them power again? I would say no, because the people have seen your level of leadership for 6 years. So the only way you can redeem yourself, because you stay popular, you stay popular, you still get numbers. The way in which you can redeem yourself is by forming a opposition alliance. Let credible people emerge with the party and speak to power. Or else you will just be going in cycles. They will just be continuing going in cycles and acting, because this is an opportunity for them, where the way this government messing up is a clear opportunity for them. But what people are asking is that the same CDC that we're going to bring back to power? That's the question. So
then the question to you, Terry, that I will ask is: so even if they decided to rebrand themselves, I'm using your word now, would the Liberian people put the past of CDC bad history? Would they? You think they will be, even if they come in with a new brand of bottle, even though the same wine, but in a new bottle, would the Liberian people say, okay, we'll put the bad history back behind us, and we would now go with CDC with the new bottle they're in? And then the second question to that, Terry, would be: any political leaders that perhaps CDC will want to merge with or try to come in as the part, would that person, the like of Cummings, the like of Councillor Gonglo, would those people be willing to go second to President Weah?
that is where they got to negotiate. The negotiation got to be, because you see, their credibility is also at stake. So people will be afraid to want to go second with them and all that. But that was saying the rebranding. Now, if the people can look at President Boca, Liberal, to your first question, and bring him and bring the Unity Party that ruled for 12 years, that people complain about for corruption, blah, 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 all the kind of thing. What makes you think they can bring CDC back? They can bring that back.
But then,
But
what I'm going to say on that, because I don't see any of those people going second to President Weah.
and that is the thing, because you see, that is why they don't understand the strategy. Unity Party could have never come back to power only with Unity Party. They had to form that alliance, and they needed that strategy to work.
So if say let's just take Cummings Party and Councillor Gonglo, Honorable Cummings Party and Councillor Gonglo Party. If President Weah were to merge with those people successfully, do you expect President Weah to say, "Okay, I will go second to any of you"?
It's a difficult thing, but if he really wants his party, if he loves his party and really want his party to be in power, because that's the trick here. President Weah still get numbers in his favor. President Weah can say, okay, I will go second to Cummings and I will come back and be president again after Cummings rule. Me and Cummings can work together, and after that one term, I can come back. Or we can go together and Cummings can go for 2 terms.
Terry, we're talking Liberian politics. Your vice president in Liberia, you got no voice, whether you own party or no party. So I think those people merging with President Weah, unless they agree to go second, but I don't even see them that, because that was
I myself don't see that possibility.
That was the same reason why CPP broke up, because
yes,
those
I
people
don't
were
see
not
that
ready
possibility.
to go second to each other.
But with Mr. Cummings want to go second, I know Tawan Gonglo may want to go second, but with Mr. Cummings want to go second.
No. So I think Cummings is coming completely. Unless Cummings wants to do what I've been suggesting for the last 2-3 years, go second, and people will recognize your talent, your
because President Weah get one term, more term. So
he can go.
If he Cummings go second, President Weah can push him for the.
Of course.
But
by that time also, Cummings will have demonstrated to the Liberian people his ability to lead. He does have that ability, except Liberians don't know that. That's all. But let's push that conversation a little bit farther than that. Let's go into the past history of the corrupt behavior under the CDC government. If President Weah was to say, "I'm going to merge with other political party," how do they get around that? Because their corrupt behavior is so glaring, so big, that is still fresh in the mind of the Liberian people. How do they get around that?
Every political party is looking for opportunity to be in the government, because you have to have that legacy. You have to have that experience of working in government to be able to put forth your next agenda. So in order to get there, you need numbers. The political party that has the numbers now is CDC. So CDC don't even have to do much, because they already have a fan base set, even if they don't have the winning number. So all political parties need to do is to emerge with them, come to one-term agreement, and see whether if they can help to propel them to the next level. Because if you can't win anything, then all your policies, all your vision you have will never work. So if you say, okay, CDC, corrupt, blah, 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 all of that, so I can work with them, how you expect to build numbers to be able to get somewhere in government that will be able to give you a legacy for you to even become anything? JMB became what he is today because of the legacy of working as vice president 12 years to Madam Sirleaf. So you have to have a legacy, and to get there, you need numbers. When you don't have the numbers, you got to emerge to build that constituency so that you can get yourself to somewhere that is running. So if you can look at CDC past history and say, for integrity purpose, that would be good, but for winning purpose, that would be a bad idea. Right now, CDC is the nuclear in the Liberian opposition politics. You need to hang with them to be able to win election. And they too need to hang with other people to be able to win unity party.
Okay, folks, again, Samson told Labrador Operator, let me play this commercial again one more time, and then Terry, in the back of this commercial, will come back, and then we will go into the infighting among sedition themselves as to how much damage that would do, or it's good that they're having an infighting now because we have a long time to go. Let's play this commercial, folks.
That was Hitler. He was in Europe.
Okay, that was Dr. Malley. We have a commercial for Dr. Malley. He will be having his own show here very shortly. And we will know how brilliant he is, and he'll be able to take us to big places where we hope that he will be able to give us some wonderful topic matter. So, Terry, let's come back to you. The infighting, Tamafala, Amos, what's his name? George, what was the first? Not Amos, what's the first name again? George. Huh?
That George, what his name?
The guy who
Solomon George.
Solomon George, and I believe very shortly will be another one. Will be Sir Joseph. So with those infighting that are coming out of CDC, you think CDC will be able to withstand? You no longer have the former chairman Manu is not with them anymore. You think you're going to have? But I like the way Manu left. Manu left. He didn't make any kind of wave or anything. He just left, resigned, and move on. But you think with those type of bite-biting, and I'm sure there are more to come, you think CDC will be able to survive these kinds of infighting?
That is what we're looking.
And if so, you think that will help them by the time they get to 2029?
Yeah, that was what we're saying, that CDC is struggling to come back. And they don't understand it. And Solomon George went to OKFM on 2 occasions. And Solomon George said he was asked the same question, that will you continue with CDC? He said that would depend on what President Weah would do. He said, and he know that President Weah would not do what he want him to do. He said he told President Weah what he needed to do in order for the party to come back to itself. And he even told President Weah that we were going to lose the election prior to them losing the election. But he said, President Weah, do not listen. You see, and that is why we keep telling our friends then on the network that it will be difficult for you to come back when you don't have plans and you have burned most of your bridges. So who's going to really work with you to help you, to pull you to that level? because people are afraid of you. You got to start working on it now. You think by having few people here and there on the platform talking plenty all over the place that will make that it won't insufficient enough to make you to come back? No, you need permanent representatives. You need senators that have control over gravity over their position, that can influence huge number of constituents. If men as Sir Joseph lead CDC, Sir Joseph was able to pull 250,000 votes in Monserrato County in 2023. If men as Sir Joseph walk out of the party, is that a good sign? It's not. Thomas Fowler from Lofa, then the other guy. So they got to put themselves in order. And the easy way to do it, which I doubt President Weah would try to do, is to start creating connection and alliance. But again, our men think President Weah popular, so his
So
popularity.
you seem to be suggesting that CDC is in trouble.
Yes, they are in serious trouble.
Wow.
They come back for them. It's getting worse. Because here what's going to happen. President Boca understand how to play the game. You see, one of them said here that ANC, Mr. Cummings, can never be running mate to Weah because ANC destroys CDC. You see the mindset they have? These are some of the mindset they have. They keep grush. In politics, you can't keep grush. You can't. You see what President Boca did recently? Everybody that came to President Boca that helped him win, they cursed him. Everybody, they said something about him. That was even Jeremiah Kuhn, who became the vice president to President Boca, he was on OKFN saying that President Boca, he said some sarcastic things that I don't want to say on the network. Likewise, Darius Dillon. Everybody says something about President Boca. But today, what happened? President Boca was able to get all of them together, put all of them here together until they made him president. Power do not come to people who are pride, who think that you know, and think. Power, you have to be soft, you have to be maneuvering, you have to win.
Just hold on, caller. Let Terry land, then we'll come to you. Go ahead, Terry. Yeah. Go ahead.
You have to win the people any kind of way. Like the move he made, that I was shocked. I never thought he was going to make that move.
That would be President Waga, you mean?
No, President Weah. If he continue in that direction, he will gain something. That picture he took with shaking hand with Prophet Key, that was a great move he made.
But that's who he is.
Yeah. So you see, he can capitalize on that. If he continue down that path, he can make some difference. But he have to cut ties with this too much pettiness. That the other person say the thing about me. So, I don't want the person to come. The person shouldn't come around me. You do that, you will not win election. That one made him lose. They hack to the election. You break up with men like Prince Johnson. Then you expect to win? You got to start looking at it. Yeah.
Thank you. Guys, let me merge the other caller and I'll come to you, Aaron Brabler. Just Aaron Brabler, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind, sir? Good, but you got to speak louder into your phone, though. Your voice is very low. Yeah, but it's okay. But anyway, go ahead. You'll listen to it later on, and you will know what I'm talking about. Go ahead. No, Aaron, you got to speak into the phone. Your voice is low.
Yeah, we're not hearing him.
We're not hearing anything. No, still not. Maybe you need to call back.
But Liber, you show your phone the volume up.
Oh, hold on. That's me. That's my problem. Aaron Brabler, sorry, that's my problem. Sorry, but you can't be old and be in the business. But I'm not old anyway. I'm young. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. Aaron Brabler, Aaron gone. Oh my goodness. Okay, Walter Carter, go ahead. What's on your mind?
let's strive to, as I said, my brother Terry, and then for everybody watching. You started a conversation with explaining, and I saw a lot of deep thoughts, coming out of the labor. And it is really touching because for the men of labor have been in this thing for so long, know a deeper history of our country. I'm seeing the progression. Seeing how we progressing now, whether it was on a slow, negative path, a positive path, anyway.
Hold on, Walter, hold on. Let me merge the other color, please. Let's give me. Walter Carter, go ahead. Color will come to you guys. Go ahead, Walter. Aaron, please call me back, and I'll put you ahead of the group. Call me back, Aaron. Go ahead, Walter.
And giving your assessment is a good thing. I think one of the things we need to start doing as a people.
Okay. Aaron's calling back. Hold on, Walter, please. Okay, Aaron. After Walter, will come to you immediately. Go ahead.
It's to stop the praise thinking now about individuals or leaders. It's for us to hold these leaders accountable for what they say they would do, because it has become a problem for all of us, from administration to administration. And I keep saying it. I can praise where we are, I can like him, but if he does not deliver, if he becomes president, does not do the things he say he would do, I will criticize him. Like I said sometimes, some things he said during his presidency, well, he didn't go down with me, I said, but people don't understand my love for him will never change. Like many of the other Liberians who never voted for him, don't like him politically, they also like him because of his humanitarian work and the football thing he brought to the country. So it's a whole thing. But they got a lot of people also personally hate him for no reason. They have never met him. They only hear other people say bad things about him and they just run with it. So listening to a man like Terry Brothers, or listening to a man like Solomon George, to be honest with you, Solomon George, the one in the CDC that I never, and I don't like to say that word, like,
easy,
because I don't make nobody. I didn't make him or me. God created all of us. But Solomon George is like somebody like Henry Costa in my world, that I don't care who they are, I don't come close to them. Solomon George, once upon a time, took his trouser down with the Bible in his hand and took his trouser down and bent down and said something to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. There's a man that had a basketball team, that was coaching a basketball team in the country, that young people look up to. And he was exhibiting on the highest stage, political stage in our country. He was exhibiting that kind of pettiness. He did it over and again in the House of Representatives, insulting, saying all kinds of vocal languages. And so for him to say, President, we are look up to him like a father figure. Because President, we are now playing soccer. Those are the people that were chanting, we are President, we are, and giving President, we are, and the edge to go up. So he looked at him at the time as like a father figure. 40 years close to President, we are, for him to come out, even today on Spoon, when they ask him questions, when he came to debunk a Kara's grade, what we are doing him in that thing, to tell the people on in social media how we are.
Carter, you gotta wrap it up. We got about four other guys waiting.
How we are taking his private part and going sleeping all around different people. Is that a serious man?
Okay.
That no significant.
Thank you.
CDC have lost a lot of other big people that CDC is just wrong.
Thank you. Just go ahead and click up. Thank you very much. Just go ahead and click off so the other people can come in. Go ahead and click off. Okay. Guys, let me go to Aaron Blubber because he was the first. It just like drop out. Aaron, go ahead, and then I'll come to you guys after you're done. Please bear with us. Aaron, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It was my fault.
Okay. Yes, so I just wanted to speak to what Terry just spoke about.
But I think you're in a very noisy area, aren't you?
I'm in my living room watching TV. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Is the TV really loud?
Yeah. But go ahead. If you want your voice to be drum up and then people don't understand what you're saying, then that's okay with me.
But we're hearing.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me walk in the kitchen.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah. I just helped to take your foot out of your mouth tonight again. That's what I do for your CD.
So I just wanted to speak to two things. The first one would be directed to Terry. Terry, you don't know the gravity of President We Are popularity. There's nothing you can say on this show can stop President We Are from coming back to power if the Nigerian people want to put him into power. I've always told you this, Derek. You got to remember, for Joseph Wagner to win the election, he aligned with every political party that was in the race. It's only one political party that was in the race for him to win this election. Going against one man. Well, I don't know, you don't look at the number, you don't do the whole analysis to see what it took for President Wagner to win this election. So the internal wrinkling that is in CDC, don't worry about it. The political party, it happens in every political party. You insulted former President Henry Johnson Sirleaf on her birthday in a particular country. But now you're still want to take on glory and stuff like that because you got nothing to show as Europeans. Look, the situation with the former president and his friend George Solon, I know both of them very well. George Solon was team manager for me when I went to I.
You mean Solomon George?
Solomon George, yeah. After today, I say call him TM. So I'm not going to speak about both of them. Those are two good friends, okay? Big brother and a small brother. They know each other very well. Whatsoever going on between them, they will fix it. The only thing I would say, is, to speak to my former team manager, that I always call him TM Solon. We are all cool people. I know you from Sierra Leone crew, and I'm Sano crew.
Oh, Sierra Leone people they got people in Sierra Leone that have crew also?
Yes. They got Crouton Road in Sierra Leone. My mom grew up in Crouton Road in Sierra Leone.
Oh, so they got another crew. They got crew too in Ghana.
I don't know for Ghana. I'm telling you for what I know, Mr. So stop asking me all these questions. Let me see. Both of those, there's a long story between former President Weah and, my team manager, Solomon George.
Okay.
Those are two friends. They will fix that. Nobody should go between them.
Okay.
Whatsoever going on, whatsoever Mr. George is mad about, I pray to God that, he was hold a temper and sit down, if you are friends with somebody and the person confide in you with certain things, not because you're the person in confusion, you will bring it out. So, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to, finish up.
Thank you.
To tell Terry. You worry about the wrong thing, Terry. The natural gravity of Nigerian people to President Weah is not because of you, Terry, being a pastor and telling people that you dream of a different coming to damage the country. No, it's not even that.
Okay. Thank you.
It's natural. Let me let you know. So stop talking about President Weah not coming back in power.
Okay.
CDC alignment has nothing to do with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Just go ahead and off yourself so that other people. Okay. Wireless caller, not the 214 number, the other number. Go ahead.
Mr. Tona won't call me today.
No, I will call you now. Let me. Okay, call the caller before you. Somebody before you. Caller, you're nice.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, thank you for the show.
Oh, that Brickable? Brickable, you're not the first. You're not the first. I'm coming changing now. My Chinese phone coming to act on you, Brickable. Go ahead. Go ahead, be sorry for it. No. I want David Sweet. I want David Sweet talk to stay in my ear before I go to, before the night over. Please don't come ruin my night here. Go ahead and tell your tabata.
You don't do it for someone job.
Yeah,
okay. We are having dream.
Okay.
They say we are the dream about us and that. I say we don't do it for someone job.
Yeah, okay.
Your Bible, your quotation, your quotation with your own satisfaction. How you feel? So that someone job Bible quotation or have a dream about President Weah. I do your own thing there. Listen. You, David, even you not like President Weah.
You can't let it there.
Let me ask you, Brigable, why you like President Weah?
If I start discussing that other topic, I won't hour.
Okay, forget it. Then you
start
don't got good reason. You don't got good reason. You
Let me
do.
give you one example. Let me just give you something. Listen, when somebody is successful, with their own sweat, for the point there is difficult.
That's why you like. That's why you like him for.
It's a 1 second. It's a 1 second. You not here. You not here. To move a library, come here. It take almost 5 years to come yourself. That man come a library and go in the war and dominate the whole war. And Papa now doing the war, the man help down a library. It's not all that person there.
Okay.
But of course, you get to be there. Your local person is wrong. Let me come to this issue. Listen. So, Terry, any night less we are. Look at ceremony you're talking about. That is the 40 year, they only know. That is the 40 year. The 12 years, our own front sheet. They were our little soul. Our little soul on front sheet. The line lesson 2017.
So you sewing machine, man?
Yeah, I can sew. Listen.
You can sew trousers then too? Or that one woman clothes? That one woman. No, but when now that one you can sew trousers or that one woman clothes you can sew. I ask you question. That one woman clothes. Yeah, what?
I said yes.
That one woman clothes you can sew.
Oh, okay. Let me come to the thing.
Because I come to tell the people. I come to tell the people. I come to tell the people where you stay. They will not let that woman then bring clothes to you.
Let me come back. I was living around the estate because of Simon Josh. I raised up in the estate in the 7 because the lady I ran against him almost winning on 2017. Some of us because the party thing is trying to do it. So you get more. To give people more by the way. And I'm 20 years down the mail. It's 12 years as a representative. It's not who's vote carrying. No. Look at it there. The president in power call him. He won't get his job. And he just said, even if you want to get in and government, it's not crazy, that's right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. David, Clarence, go ahead. Give us some real good analysis here before we close the show. Go ahead.
Mr. Joe, how you doing?
Thank you.
I want to tell you, thank you for the show tonight. You see the sedition, they are Fakao.
Hold on. The what?
They are Fakao.
That I see what they boy I gotta learn. That I see what Terry can be using here. Hold on 1 minute. Let me merge the caller, please. Terry, I don't know. After Clarence leave, I would like to know what a Fakao mean. The other person, okay. Are you there, Davis? Davis, are you there? Hold on. The other person, the one when they can't hear me. Okay. All right, David, let me call you right back because the other person just blocked everything now. David, are you there? Yeah, David, go ahead. The other caller came and blocked everything. I was not able to merge them. Go ahead.
As I was saying, I said the sedition, they are Fakao. You see the
What does it mean by Fakao?
Fakao was a player that don't listen. He getting it. Fakao used to play the ball on the field. You would leave a wing and go in another wing to go that to let me on the field.
But you are good. But you are good. But you are good.
Yeah, he was good, but he was the player because disciplined player always listen to the coach. You know that? I play soccer too. But
what country you come from?
Fakao don't know which of the country Fakao really in the Premier League. I think the Premier League. Yeah, I think the Premier or the La Liga League. I think he play in one of the league.
Oh, he play in Europe?
Yeah, he play in Europe.
I gotta look at him. Go ahead.
Yes. As I was saying, they they had a saying they say you can apply new man for the old man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You CDC bringing all of political parties closer. I can remember when we sent on the John CDC. In the midday, there's again to just bring to bring our party up to date.
Right.
But still, this way, and they fought that man, and they moved that man from our position because they are going getting when I met. Mr. Comey, these are reputable people. And you bring all the idea up, the people will not listen to it. They will not listen to it. If any political party, any opposition group now, you bring people to Mr. Comey, or you bring them closer to you. Like you people look at it, people care it. They're not only look at the popularity. The problem is like great voter, they are the people who look at what their leader will do for us tomorrow. And they are the people who look at what I can get for my party today. These don't people who want something for their party, they don't want, they can put them in the throne to take them to the very party to go for. Joe who want a leader again to lead according to your agenda, these are the people that say in the consequences and vote. In so doing, many of these people, many of these citizens, if you tell them, say, hey, that Comey scar as a running there to where they will say no, because Comey is not part of their CDC, not going in the second country. If you have that kind of agenda for the party, for the party to succeed, let's say today, if Solomon Joe or Thomas Fala, you look at the February election, the number of votes that Thomas Fala for CDC in Lofa. Then you look at CDC, the moment Thomas Fala broke up with CDC, the CDC begin to look at Thomas Fala. They're doing the same thing to Solomon Joe. Solomon Joe said you expect to be out tomorrow. So I don't think it's good for them. To me, if they really want to win, there's a way they can put your party together. There's a way you can design a strategy.
Yeah, but don't mind CDC because Salman Jug, after he finished talking all that stuff tomorrow, then you will come back and say that let go talk.
You know what he said at the party point, but Baba Kony beside us, you know the party was everything to break the back of the camel. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Do everything to break the back of the camel. That all the key people that are depending on at the end of the day to get tomorrow, you see, before 2029 election, most of them will cross over. What's the thing I'm telling you?
Thank you.
After Grace said tonight that Solomon John was begging President we have for money to do market. How can you be that so condescending? And they were talking about reconciliation. You saw the reconciliation of the president how we Costa the future. But because President Walker is mature, you are not heard the President Walker on the media saying that this is what I did. But Costa, being our brother, he went on the air, he talked about it. But this thing for them to bring it to the attention of the former President John Weah, that reconcile whosoever they bring away from the party, they will push everybody by. They will push everybody by. You look at MPDP, you look at MPP, you see the other political party are saying, look at the bad record that happened between your CDC and the other relation.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Joe.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, caller. Samson told LeBron Potter, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind? You'll be the last caller.
I think that's Terry. How you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Joe, it's not that much I got to say. But, you see, what Solomon Josh doing, he trying to do, he will not have a lot of credibility because Solomon Josh, some people may believe what he will say, and some people will discredit him. Because you see, it's a soul. I don't know how long you've been knowing Terry. It's something good because Solomon Jones, as he said, he been doing Jovial for a hell of a long time. For IED, when you are a ball or team manager. So today, if you're going to say Jovial is bad or Jovial is something, all those here, why you never said it? I know you and Mr. So or Terry, you can disagree sometimes, but it's not mean way. But at least you can make it known that okay. Yeah, Mr. So what you say, I disagree with you, or I don't ascribe to that ideology, or what you say, which is not like a bad way or in a mean way. But at least you be able to know what your political view or where you stand on issue, your differences. But you kept quiet for almost 40 years or Let's just go to the 15-year or 12-year. You never say anything. And Solomon just got some of the things to blame himself for because of his attitude in the house. One of his famous videos when he was cursing or misbehaving that way. You know, Liberia may not be changing rapidly, but people are getting adjusted to some of this bad attitude or bad behavior. To not just be supporting people that just go and publicly insult people or say mean things and literally people will reward you. But you know, I think whatever he says or he wants to say, people will listen to it. Some people will believe what you have to say, and some people just discredit him because
Thank you.
you know you don't come with a lot of credibility.
Thank you.
You know, if I have something to say or you have done something to me, Solomon John, that's somebody that can keep quiet. If the crew man over there, if somebody has said something to you or a long time ago, you think he's so much afraid of Joey, like he couldn't say something to Joey a long time ago, and when somebody they may call you hip-hop.
Thank you. Thank you. You'll be the last caller of the night. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, Samson told Labropa Radio, and that will be the last caller for the night. Terry, give us your rapping. We're just right on the button here. So
Yeah, Deborah, you did well tonight, and you know, that is just the typical.
Terry, let me take. I said last caller. Let me take this out of caller. I beg you. Samson told Labropa Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Oh, the caller. Oh, okay. Okay. So the person gone. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Liberal, the problem is that is the typical situation. And guess what? I'm happy. I really want for them to think that. Because you see, one of the things that Keto they don't understand is that President Weah had that number because he was president. He was president. This man is alleged.
What number yeah?
The number now that Keto is boasting about, I know
you think that number came, that number, you know, honestly, do you believe that President Weah had that number because he was president?
That's what I'm saying. But they believe in
Terry,
that
he has that number because of his soccer day. Don't discard that number. President Weah, right now, if you are to poll Liberians, who is more popular in Liberia, nobody will even come close to President Weah.
No, listen, the popularity number that not vote. I'm talking about the voting number. I'm not talking about the popularity number.
Okay. Right.
I'm talking about the vote he generated when he was running against President Joseph Boakai in the first and second round. So what I'm saying is that political number he had was when he was president. I can challenge anybody, President Weah can generate that number he had during 2023 elections now. He can generate that number. If election were held today, he can generate that number. So you see, and the thing about the amount of money that was spent is alleged, all right, that almost 50 million was spent. I don't know how true it is. I don't think that is true. But with all that money spent and with all the popularity he had, President Boakai, who was not in power, stayed king and beat him 20,000 votes. And they are saying, even though the man is losing popularity right now, they still believe. Right now, I bet you, if CDC called for a rally, they will not be even able to raise 10,000 people to that CDC headquarters. As we speak, right now, no. So think about Unity Party over the national cake, because I had the representative they can call the budget. The Unity Party. Think about the Unity Party over the national cake 2029. And with all your people deflecting already, they're already deflecting because people believe that CDC is a one-man political party. They believe that the whole party is built around President. And that is what these guys are doing. When people leaving the party, instead of them saying, oh, you know, this thing is not good for us, they can say, yeah, You know, Solomon Jaw, he betrayed the struggle. He betrayed the president. He betrayed and Thomas Fala, he betrayed the president. He betrayed the other person that had it, Sir Joseph, all the people that are so low people, they betrayed the papi. That the kind of mindset they got. Meanwhile, they don't know it. Meanwhile, they have neglected the Nima vote. They have neglected the Monserrato vote. They have neglected the Lofa vote. All they're thinking about is President Weah popularity that will gain election. And they refuse to acknowledge that most of these various counties vote on tribal line. They vote on tribal line. They refuse to acknowledge that most of these counties vote on tribal line. So they are happy. Let it think that I'm very happy. I will clap for them. I want for them to continue to think that way. I will pray for them to keep thinking that way. Don't build alliance. Don't do nothing. Just sit down and wait for 2029 and say, President, we are popular. The people want him. Let's see.
But Terry, you can disturb the people. What? Damn. I think as far as I'm concerned, you're a big asset to LPRO. What? You speak them sedition everywhere, my man.
Breakable say, I know nothing about Liberian politics, but I don't want to tell you that JMB are going to win and you won the election. Then you say, I know nothing about Liberian politics. Okay, I agree. I want you to keep having that mindset. Keep having it. It will help you 2029. I'm praying for you to keep with that mindset. I'm really praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Liberal.
Thank you very much. Again, folks, thank you, Terry, and I will say good night to you as well. Yeah. Let's come back again tomorrow, and let's do it again. Again, folks, Samson to La Bropa Radio. Wonderful, wonderful show. The question tonight, there were two questions. One was, who are we? Where are we? What did we get out of all of these struggles we've been going through? You want to tell me there's no Liberian at the time or now that can redeem us? Must we repeat these kinds of behaviors still? We'll jump on it again tomorrow. And the second question was, do we see President Weah and CDC coming through 2029, despite all of the infighting and all of their bad records they have? How do they deal with that? Join us tomorrow. Those are the two questions again we're going to ask tomorrow. Other than that, I will say thank you very much and good night to all of you. Beatrice, I tried calling you, but you call, I pick up, but you went out. So please join us tomorrow and ask your question, whatever question you have. But thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Again, Samson told La Bropa Radio, I will say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time on this Monday afternoon. Let us continue to pray for one another. Okay? It's very important for us to pray for one another. With that, good night, folks. Samson told La Bropa Radio.
Nalukiona kati ya Kinshasa bobi mama.